Hey, brothers and sisters, what's up? This is the Reluctant Nabi back again, and this is going to be very, very disturbing, right? Very, very disturbing video. And it's basically questions that I have. All right. And so, questions that I have and questions I want to know the answer to. All right. Now, let me say this breakdown. One, let me greet everybody real quick that's going to come on board or that might look at this for the first time. Havorten Hardugudak. Ola oi to the bank versus Los Bonja Mizami, Keda Bawani Konichiwa. Ni hao ma, Sani Bonani, Jumbo Habargani, Assalamu alaikum, and Shalom. All right. So I'm gonna wait a hot sec because one of the things that I started to notice is that there has been some goings on as far as my channel is concerned. All right. So the question I'm asking is the last time an event happened like what happened recently, and this is why I think this person has something maybe not to do with this, but it kind of follows the MO that these groups have to shut down content. All right. And so I just had this question, and this is a burning question. So let me just pause for a few seconds while get my notifications out. One of the things that I noticed that Google YouTube seems to be very instrumental in blocking my content, even given, understand this, even given the fact that my content does not violate their policies. All right. So I am going to propose a solution to this problem. And I'm going to wait for a hot second because this is kind of funny. It seems like they're trying to do a thorough job in blocking my channel. Hold on for a second. Live now, dealing with how to deal with Google censorship of Black content. Okay, that ought to get people's attention. And I do have a solution to the burgeoning problem that is going on within YouTube when it comes to us, the Afro people of the United States. Google has created a way for them to summarily block anything that they, Google, deem not appropriate, like the flat earth. If you go contrary to what the colleges and the government is teaching, Google is now saying right now we still have rights, but Google is working very hard on eradicating those rights if you recognize that the Democrats have been a thorn in the side of Afro people. In other words, if you don't support the party, and this is just really too much power for anybody like Google to have when they control with much of what most people see. They should not be allowed to operate without, since they could come up with policies restricting people's speech and determining what they consider to be appropriate things to learn about, like the flat earth theory. Think about this, the flat earth theory. Okay, or hypothesis. It's not really a theory. But while I don't agree with it, I don't think that the argument should not be had. I don't think the Google has a right to decide that we're going to hide that particular argument from people. You see the danger in that? Hold on for a hot second. Just give me a little bit. All right, now I wanted to come back and say this. Part of the problem is this, that we now have gatekeepers. Black people that feel it's their duty to restrict the speech and or movement. Understand this. They feel they have the duty to restrict the movement of other Afro people. What do you mean by restrict the movement? They feel like it's their jobs to keep us on the plantation. All right, I want y'all to understand that if they feel like it's their job to keep Black people on the plantation to be run by the Black woman. Part of the beef that the guy had yesterday, and I'm going to put it up here in a minute, was that we were talking about the Latina women, and you know, we had Mecca Dawn in here and stuff, and we were talking about, is that really a better choice? And this was spurred on by another Latina woman that did a thing trying to explain how she was taught to not prefer the Black man. That the only kind of women that like Black men, as she said, well, she said some stuff, right? Nobody had a problem with what she said. All right. They only have a problem when an Afro man decides to exercise the same rights that people summarily give to Caucasian men. You know, to find him a woman that accepts him anywhere. So basically, I was doing a video yesterday, so let's get into this. Let's start to get into it. All right. I was doing a video yesterday. Hold on. Let me allow some more people come on before because I got to explain what happened to the live stream that I did last night. Okay. And while I do that, let me try to find this lady that did this video, right? And a lot of people commented on it. Okay. What was her name? She was watch now, it's going to take me all day to find her. But a lot of people did okay, here she is. Bird Martinez. All right, her name is Bird Martinez. All right, here's the problem that I think YouTube is having. Okay, so I did a follow-up on a video. All right, her video is monetized. So we'll get into that. Hold on for a second. So I'm gonna show you all of this. What up? All right. Now, her video is monetized. When it comes on, there's a commercial right away. It's monetized at the beginning of it. She starts her video off by saying, "What's up, mother?" And you fill out the rest. All right. And so the name of her video is Black Men Dating Options. Show it to you real quick. All right, so this is her video. So based on this video, I said, yeah, let's talk about it. Now, if you sat in on and commented on the video, you would find that it was open-ended. We had a couple of people of Latina persuasion, and we talked about this. Is there racism? How much is it? And a lot of brothers figured, well, we still have a better shot. Okay, we still have a better shot with the Latina when we're talking about happiness in a relationship than we would with a black woman or anyone that has the black woman attitude. All right. So we did the live yesterday. And in the midst of the live show, we had, all right, let's see the order. Okay. So we had this guy come on in the midst of the live show. Now, the reason why I had to shoot it or give it a screenshot is this. That the guy deleted all his comments that he was making in the video. All right, so let me show you who we're talking about here. Now, keep in mind, I didn't play any of the cursing in her video. And I'm still waiting on the decision while Google and YouTube monetized her video that had cursing, racial overtones, and all the rest of that stuff. All right. I'm still waiting on a review on the same video. I want y'all to understand this. All right. So on other videos, I have called Google out for it because there are these blaring discrepancies where they've done what they do. All right. So now let us go here. And the guy is, you'll see right here, you'll see Bertha Huss comment, another guy under that, and then you see congrats B or RBR network. So I go to the network because of this. He came on, he started making some comments, and then he was trying to push an Obama Democratic agenda on my channel. And we were polite with him, telling him we understand what the Democrats really did. We understand the agenda that they placed over the Afro family. All right. He kept going in. And what started to happen is some people were starting to think that this guy was a troll. All right. Some of the people started to think that this guy was a troll. And so we tolerated everything a little longer. And then he kept up trolling and interrupting the flow of the conversation because we weren't talking about Obama in that way. He came up because we always have to mention him, how he neglected the whole community and the families, the middle class families, the black families, how he subverted the family and where he put his political capital, how he desired to put the woman over the man and clown the men while understanding, and he's the president, so he knows this, that most men do what they're supposed to do and have been doing it long before he decided to be president. This is that Obama had no ties to the United States or the Afro struggle in America. He has no ties to the United States or the Afro struggles in America. As a matter of fact, because he had no ties, it was easy for him to just diss Afro men the whole time. You know, these would be the same men who were assassinated by the Democratic Party. You know, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. Oh, they took out Kennedy, Bobby Kennedy, John F. Kennedy. All right. This is the legacy of that party that the black people keep voting for. Afro people are waking up. All right. Afro people are waking up. We're not having it anymore. But you got the gatekeepers that's trying to keep us on the plantation. All right. So this RBR would be that guy. And what he says, he shared my video with his subscribers. All right. And then next thing you know, the video was flagged. Okay, hold on, let me get that real quick. Next thing you know, my video was flagged. Well, y'all see that in another video I put up. All right, you might see it in this video I put up. It was flagged. Let me see. Well, I took it down. It was age restricted. Now let me explain to you what age restriction is. That is how they hide your video when they don't want no one else to see it. They age restricted. In other words, you have to be logged on, right? You have to be logged on to YouTube with your account in order to see an age restricted video and you have to be over 18. For those of you that was around yesterday, nothing that we discussed was inappropriate for a teenager. As a matter of fact, that was the main video because we talked about politics and everything, and that was the problem. As y'all know, he's the cause for the video going out, and I know he's the one that told YouTube to age restrict my video. Him and his cronies. All right. So this is why I'm putting him on blast too. Now, I know for a fact that he is a follower or one of the minions, I don't know which, of Oshay Duke Jackson. All right. And we discussed this, or it was discussed before, how he has a lot of followers that does the biddings and attack other men's channel. Now, the first time my videos was taken down, back when I was doing all this stuff in the community, putting people in college and stuff like that, about an hour before my video was taken down, maybe 2 hours before my video was taken down, I got an email from Oshay Duke Jackson. Okay, I got an email from him. And it was an email with him telling me that I need to stop making videos or my content the way I was making them. He said, you need to stop talking about black women. Nobody ever told the black women that they need to start acting right. Stop murdering us through abortion. Stop setting up brothers more than the Caucasians were doing. Think about this. Nobody asked them to improve their behavior. But you want me to stop. I said no. All right. I said no. Okay, so basically, basically, so here we go. Here's the correspondence. Hold on, let me put this up real quick. And then we'll come back to that. Okay, there we go. All right, so here was the correspondence back in March. All right. Here was the correspondence. All right. All right. And so this is basically it. Oshay Duke Jackson. See, I saved them stuff just in case I might need it for such a time as this. So now we get back to this guy, a follower, and the same thing happens again. This was the name of the video, Beef Over Brothers and the Latina. All right. Now, these are his people. All right. And I want you to pay attention to this RBR network thing. He's followed Oshay Deuce Jackson, Cynthia G, Nyla Says, and stuff. Pro Black HQ, Team Rob, and Secret Wars. That should tell you enough there. So what happens is when they can't win an argument, they go and they try to flag a guy's channel down. All right. What they don't understand is I keep stuff, yes, even stuff way back, and all the women that were involved in taking our channels down, I keep them. Oh, I have a solution to this problem. Because part of the problem is Google. All right. And remember, I said I'm leaning towards that they're prejudiced against Afro people, especially males. Remember, for those of you that saw Brian Martinez, she curses throughout her whole video, and not once did and her that same video talking about how, dang, she even said the D word, which I can't say. Well, I wouldn't say on my channel anyway. But if I played her video in which she said, they would flag me for her foul language. We know this because they've done it before. They flagged a video of mine when I was showing people what a female said without flagging the female. All right. Now, I want y'all to take a real close look at this. So this is that RBR network, right? So he had the channel flagged. It was flagged an hour after I blocked him from the channel. So I got done with the video, woke up this morning, it was the serious flag. And so I challenged the flag, right? I wrote to Google and I said, this is some mess. Let me put up what I wrote to them. So y'all could clearly hold it. It might be in. Let me see if it's in the. All right. No, it's not in there in the response. All right. So let me look at their decision. All right. So we'll just put up their decision. All right. And so I kept their Google's YouTube's decision as a screenshot because it's going to be part of the solution to this. All right. See, voting for Democrats don't help this. As a matter of fact, I will argue it make things worse for us. Because they know they could take the votes for granted because black people were responsible for this, taking other people's stuff down. So we need to leave the Democrats alone, period. Voting won't help, but I know it will. This is what YouTube responded with. Thank you. Oh, let me make sure you can see this. All right. All right. I just wanted to make sure you can see it. Wow. Let me see if I got a better, if I could get that better. It looked good there, but it don't look good on my other thing. Okay. Let's see if this look better. All right. So y'all let me know if y'all can see that real clear. Dang, that's blurrier than the last one. All right, so we'll just go with the bigger one. All right, let me know if y'all were able to see these clearly. I think y'all are. I might be overthinking this too much. Okay, so they go, Dear Reluctant Nabi Neo, thank you for submitting your video appeal to YouTube. After further review, we've determined that while your video does not violate our community guidelines, it may not be appropriate for general audiences. We have therefore age restricted your video. Now I want y'all to pay attention to something. Why would they age restrict a video for a general audience? If they were going to age restrict it, they should have said that the video violates something we don't think is appropriate for children. But they didn't say that. It says general audience. So this is what Google and YouTube are doing. My contention, and it's still all right, and they might age restrict this video too, because I am saying this. Voting does not help Black people because they vote in a block for Democrats who did the most damage to us as a people. Period. And I'm not backing off of that because it's true. Now, let me show you something else. So we were talking about, which is the beginning of this, and I had pictures up here, you know, beautiful Latinas, right? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We had some, and by Latina, keep in mind, I'm referring to all the people that speak the Roman language. That would be French, Portuguese, Italian, Spanish, and of course, with the root and base in Latin, hence Latinas. Latina is not a race. It's a language. It's people that speak these 4 languages. All right. I don't know why these people coming from Mexico and Puerto Rico saying, my race is Latina. No, your language is Latina. And so then I had pictures like this. Sorry, I was at my other computer, so I don't have all the pictures, right? And this dude had a problem. What did he have a problem with? Well, he stated it in his comment, his last comment. Let's take a closer look at what he had to say before he went and had my channel blocked. All right. So this is one of the D police also. Here we go. These hashtag ADOS, wannabe slave again, running from their own women and wanting a fake white girl dipped in chocolate. All right, that's what he said. All right, that's what he said. All right. And so basically, you know, I have to do something about that because I'm tired of the D police. And this dude stepped over the line when he came after my channel. All right. As you know, my videos have no cursing or anything else in it. I put this picture up, and this dude took offense at this picture. So basically, what is my recourse in this? First of all, we got to deal with Google. But before I do that, let me say what's up to everybody that's on here. What's up, David Bowman, Chiobella Moore, All right. Antonio Johnson, penny stock investor. All right. Because if they're going to allow him and his people to take down my channel, then I'm bringing this comment to the attention of Google. But there's another step we need to take in this. All right, penny stock investor, what's up? Antonio Johnson, what's up? My ice is colder. Mecca Dawn the beautiful. Spirit of Justice, what's up, man? Backwoods Rider, Mr. Pirate Brains, hey, how's it going? $3 Assassin, what's up? All right. Okay. So this is the attack, right? Um, the first thing is this dude is too weak to do anything. When he put this stuff up, he didn't count on me being able to find his channel. What he did was he took out all his comments, right? And then this is why we don't have stuff. I've done more for the community than this lazy Negro ever could do, right? Because he don't do nothing. He tears things up. If you don't agree with his corrupted view of life, and I say corrupted because he don't study anything. So he's one of the deep police that sits on, think about what the Democratic Party is responsible for. Think about this. And this is who he supports. I want y'all to think about this for a second. He support the people that one of their head lady, Margaret Sanger, said she wanted us eliminated. All right. So this dude needs to be dealt with. But here is the thing. Here's here's the thing. I'm saying it publicly, and I'm reaching out to Google, YouTube. All right. And we'll deal with him that way. The other thing that I want to do, and I want to know Hello? 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3. All right, I seem to be back again. All right, so I don't know what just happened with all of that. All right, so basically 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3. All right, y'all, I'm back. So we don't know what's up with all that. One two 1 2 3 1 2 3. All right, if you're back, let me know. All right, let me know if you're back. Let me know if you're back. Okay. So here's the thing. All right. Here's the thing. So let me say this because this is very, very important. All right. Y'all need to go to my Facebook. I know some of y'all are already on it. All right. And into my groups. All right. Some of you that have my number, we're going to start making these contacts by phone. All right. I'm about to do my thing and bring this to the attention of Google YouTube. All right. The other thing that we need to do is those of us that live in states that have Republican senators, okay? And I'm making this public. Those that live in states that have a Republican senator, this is the kind of action we need to take. All right. Especially in the climate where there's about to be an election coming up. All right. Those of us, um, those of us making YouTube videos and Facebook videos. See, because YouTube can't touch you on Facebook. All right. YouTube can't touch you on Facebook. All right. Now, I've heard about this group and I put Oshay in it because we do need to have this discussion because I'm tired of him or whoever his followers and stuff going around and attacking other brothers. And they think this helps. It doesn't. See, because you got the brothers that's actually been paying attention to everything. Oh, and by the way, I still do stuff in the communities, which brings recognition to this. But this dude that decided to be a gutless troll, all right, who has a channel, decided to disparage women who aren't black. Not one time did you hear me say that any derogatory things about the black woman's look. It's always been about her behavior, the history of what has been done to us. In other words, when he came into the channel, he came in to start some mess to begin with. So this RBR radio guy who thought that he would be able to hide the evidence that he was ever in the live feed. Look at this scared dude. Anytime I comment on somebody, whether I agree with them or not, I mean what I say and I stand behind it. The other thing I don't do is, even if I agree with them, I do not go and try to harm or silence their voice. I don't do that kind of crap. Right? I don't go and try to shut them down. Remember, that's why I saved those emails from Oshay Duke Jackson. See, people think, oh, that was way back in 2017 in March. Surely people forgot about that. Oh, no, 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 no. Not me. I remember my history. All right. And like $3 Assassin said, this dude is talking like, oh, they need to silence me? How does he need to silence me? All right, understand this. All right, so I'm going to deal with him. Right? I'm going to deal with him. What's up, big dog? What's up, B the Great B? I'm going to deal with him, but we as a people need to deal with Google and how they unjustly do us as Afro men. All right. So back to what I was saying, because every time I keep trying to tell y'all what we need to do, something really funny happens to my line. Okay, something happens to the video, right? And what I'm telling y'all we need to do is, anyone that is in a state with a Republican senator, this is what we need to do, because Google is infringing upon our ability specifically to be able to have YouTube channels that don't break their policy, but they'll single us out to try to silence us from having political discussions and discussions about our own community, while at the same time allowing a female to curse and everything else and still be monetized. In other words, what Google YouTube says is, you don't even have the right to be seen by anyone. Oh, we're not even talking about freedom of speech. The Hispanic woman, Brian Martinez, she's able to curse, talk, and really speak openly about whatever, right? And she doesn't get flagged. Her videos are allowed to be commercial, all right, monetized. All right, she don't have any problems with Google, none. All right, this isn't about freedom of speech. I am saying that they're acting with extreme prejudice against the Afro men on YouTube that's speaking anything outside of liberalism or the Democratic Party. Period. And what's worse is this. That the same clowns, these would be the same clowns that be standing, that if they're by the tree, they would give the master the rope. Remember what I said about whatchamacallit, the rapper. I just did a story on Vlad TV. Oh Lord, let me get him real quick. But what we were talking about, and he could tell you that the people that did what they did, David Banner. All right. David Banner on Vlad TV talked about what happened to his uncle, and it was Democrats that were doing it. David Banner talked about, as a matter of fact, they cut the film every time he remembers it. All right. And here's the thing. We're not saying YouTube censors freedom, because everybody else has the freedom to say whatever they want about Afro people, about their community, whatever. They get to curse and do it, and they still get to be monetized. I can't put a woman up in a bathing suit to show that, well, there are some beautiful women in Ghana or whatever, but a black woman can get on there and wear lingerie where her chest is showing and get monetized. Okay? So basically, this is deeper than just simple censorship. We're talking about Google is censoring one specific group of men, and they're specifically censoring the men in that niche, because nothing that I said or nothing that I reported on was anything coming out my head. It started with either a news article, actual history of this country, or something like that. All right. So these dudes have a problem with me presenting history, the news, how politics work, how it hasn't worked for us. All right. So this is the problem these dudes have. All right. And so I'm presenting facts, and they have a problem with the facts that I'm presenting. I'm also presenting truths. All right. Let's make this clear. I'm presenting truth. All right. The truth is what the truth is. The history is the history. They don't want us to know about it. They try to keep it silent. But it is what it is. All right. And basically, if they want to use their platform to go tell people I need to be silenced, then they got a problem. All right. So this is my idea. And I want some of y'all to get back with me when we get off the phone. All right. For those of us that are in states with not Democratic, but Republican senators. Because if we are going to be respected, all right, understand this. If we're going to get some respect for those, and especially if you make videos, I can understand the people that don't make videos, all right? But if you make videos and you're tired of Google censoring you, but not anybody else, but specifically you. All right. Everybody get to talk about us, but we can't talk about our community and why it's in the state that it's in. All right. Then we need to do something about that. Because basically, Google is operating as a cartel and a monopoly. When you get to the point where you get to control people's speech, you make a policy, but you don't have to follow it, or you don't have to follow it. You saw what they said. Yes, your video does not violate anything. But we're just going to youth restrict it to get rid of it. Right? So I'm gonna see what Google has to do about physical threats. That's how I see it from somebody. And real racism against brown women. Whoo. So Mechadon, this dude called you just top white dipped in sun, because you're not all, you're not my tone. Think about it. Let's take another look at this guy's comment. All right, let's take a look at this guy's comment. You know, you got them people you would just love to meet on the street. Here goes the ADOS wannabe. First of all, I'm not no ADOS. I don't even know what that is. See, I'm a man. I don't need to be a part of everybody's group, right? I speak and I stand behind my words. All right. And this is what he called her. So that's what he has to say about all the brown-skinned Latinas, forgetting that most black women in the United States look like this picture. I want y'all to think about that for a minute. And that dude and these simps that these women, and I want to show y'all something else. You know, Kobe Bryant was raised by his father. He was raised by his father. And look at the woman he chose. All right. So I'm going to do a form letter to be written, to be sent to Republican senators. All right. In it, we need to discuss how, one, if Google is going to decide that the only people that can't speak is Afro men that lean conservative, then what are you going to do about it? The reason why we send it to Republicans, because the Democrats never fought for any rights for us. As a matter of fact, they tried to have us eliminated, period. And they don't have to, right? The other reason why we want to send it to Republicans, all right, so that they can see, so that the Republicans can have ammo for the nature of the Democrats. All right. Here's the thing. The Republicans might not be for us, right? But they want to beat the Democrats. So, since we now understand that they're not for us, we need to give the Republicans some ammo to show them the stuff that Google is doing and how Google is operating more like a cartel. All right. That if you don't talk and say things that in the way they want, in other words, you are not allowed to dissent politically from anything. All right. Now, this dude is going to be put on blast for the disrespectful comments that he made about one, the Latinas. Because as far as I'm concerned, many of those treated me well. And yes, I had some that was like, oh, no, you're black. But still, there was more black women that did bad, right? So basically, that's the thing. So right now, I'm about to be out. I'll do another one later. But this is a shout out to Oshay Duke Jackson. If this is one of your minions, you need to keep your minions in check. If it's not, you need to start speaking to us little people to let us know this ain't your doing. But the last we heard that you got a group of people that do this kind of thing to people, and it ain't like you specifically haven't done it to me before. That's why I saved the emails. All right. Back when you was an agent. All right. So that's my message to him. Because this seems to be one of his followers. All right, one part of that group. Him, Cynthia G, all the rest of them, part of that group. So, as far as I'm concerned, he need to step up and check his people, because this ain't the first time they started some mess like this. All right, but I'm about to deal with him and see how Google's going to deal with him. All right, because he stepped out of line with my guest. All right, and I had to block him, but I didn't know he had a channel. All right, and what I didn't know is on his. I wonder if $3 Assassin is still here in here, because I want to know what he's putting up on his channel. But anyway, so I'm gonna get off of here so I can deal with him and his channel real quick. Period. And I'm just tired of it. Yep, I'm just tired of it. Okay. You know what? Why are you going to come to somebody's channel that you don't like? Wait a minute. Why are you going to come to somebody's channel that you don't like and try to pull the people that is subscribed to that guy's channel to your channel to talk about the guy that you don't like to the people that actually like the guy you're talking about? That sounds like something a woman would do. That don't even make sense. And now that one of the guys is on record that the guy made a threat, let me put it up here. Okay, so hold on, let me do this. All right. So this is basically it, right? So basically I got enough ammo to send Google in dealing with him. And so for the brothers that have my number, I know you do, David, and that make videos. For those of you making videos that have my number, if you really want, I want to see how many of y'all really want to do something about how you're being treated by Google. And we need to get together so we can send some letters to Republican senators, because Google is all over the United States, so you don't deal with the House. We're going to send it to the Republican senators, not the whole Senate, but if enough of us send it to enough Republican senators, and perhaps and look up the ones that are in your district. All right, and that's what it's about. Look up the ones that's in your district. We need to send them some letters. All right, and basically, I'm gonna make a Senate complaint myself about Google. Period. Behind this. All right. That's why I screenshot things. All right. In the Army, one of the things we knew that even with the Army, if you wanted to get something done, you do a congressional complaint. All right. And this rises to this level that we need to do congressional complaints against we need to do congressional complaints against Google. Google keep messing with you, figure out who your senator is, and if you can't, and never mind the Democratic ones, just shoot straight for the Republican ones. One, because even if they don't or can't or won't do anything about it, they'll have it on record and they can hammer the Democrats over the head with it. Because come on, the Democrats ain't never did anything for our rights as a people. They don't consider our rights as a people. They barely consider us as a people. Oh, remember the compromise? It was the Democrats that didn't want us to be counted. They were the ones that considered us 2/5 of a human being, where it ended up to be 3/5 compromise. Remember the papers that I did on my last semester's government course. All right. So remember this. We don't need to be doing anything through them or their minions. Look at what their minions do. The Democratic minions go and try to shut down people's channel. No, they don't debate anybody or anything. They try to destroy them. And he is proof. And they're wimps about it. But that's okay. He made a few mistakes thinking that he was covered, that he can hide his trail. Yeah, because his mama black. All right. So basically, I'm gonna deal with this. I'm gonna send Google a letter, and then for those of you that's having problems with your channels, for those of you brothers that's having problem with your channel, we need to link up. Hit me up on my Facebook and hit me up in the messenger on Facebook so that we can start doing dealing with this. And I'll tell you what needs to be in the letter on Facebook. All right, but we need to start sending letters to senators stating that Google should have oversight from the Senate. All right, because Google works across all the states and international. So, and because they have so much control over who gets to speak, when they get to speak, and what gets to be said, they need oversight. Google need oversight from the Senate. Period. We know they probably already being run by the government anyway to spy on us. But Google needs to have oversight from the Senate. Period. So let's start doing that mantra. Why? Because the Democrats are using Google's platforms to stifle the speech of everybody but them. All right. Google needs to have congressional oversight. Period. They are too ubiquitous and they have too much control over what people say now. Yeah, that's a good question because I couldn't even do that as a lab tech. And you see, I barely can do that, and I'm in humanity. Well, that's them languages is messing me up. All right. But anyway, so that's basically it. All right. So that's my thing. Google needs to have oversight by the Senate because they are a national entity that's controlling the speeches of people nationally, and while doing it, trampling on the rights of others. In other words, they cannot say that they're not being prejudicial against a particular race or an ideology, period. And so this is a good thing that we need to combine with the Caucasian dudes that's having their problems because they think conservatively too. Right. I don't talk on their issues because I'm not Caucasian, so I don't know how it feels to be them and stuff like that. All right. I know the pressure they getting because people like y'all had so much for so long, and it's your system that's going awry. All right, where their women don't even want them to go see their movies. But Google needs congressional oversight, basically. And so I'm gonna start making my rounds on the conservative Caucasian thing, and we're gonna push this because for them to decide based on somebody that took down the channel because they don't like the fact that we like Latina women because they're nice. Not about looks, they're nice to you. They smile. And that was a problem because we're supposed to be with the woman that has been setting us up, that will set us up with Pookie and Ray Ray in them. All right. That will falsely put us in prison more than a Caucasian woman. Oh, yeah, we got a problem. We got a major problem. So let me get on my writing campaign right now because I'm about sick and tired of this mess. But I just wanted to let y'all know, one, what happened to my video yesterday. Oh, and while I'm at it, don't forget to thumbs up the videos, y'all. Don't forget to thumbs up the videos. I know I keep forgetting to tell y'all to thumbs up the videos. So before y'all jet out, hit that thumbs up button down to your right. All right. But so we need to write letters to Republican senators, only the Republican. Period. We need to bypass the Democrats. Period. They haven't done anything for us. And if we want something done, this is how you do it. You bring something to their attention that you know the other side wouldn't help. It makes them look bad because now we're a coalition of Afro men and Afro women who see the same injustices against anybody trying to tell the truth on Google, YouTube. All right. So basically, this is my Facebook. Right there. My email is in the description box. For those of you that have my email, hit me up on my email so that we can exchange numbers and get this ball rolling. All right. And the reason why we need to do this, understand this. Understand why I'm so upset. Because if they're doing this to me, somebody that they can't hurt, then they're doing this to other brothers who need the money that they're making from the channel. Understand this. When they took the channel down, I was still going back and forth to Brazil. All right. I haven't had donations in a while. It didn't stop me from buying anything. It don't stop me from making videos. Right? Because I'm trying to wake us all up and understand that our enemies are sometimes the black people standing right next to us. Because they decided they're not going to study. They don't care about the community as a whole, and they like the way things are. They like us as destroyed as we are. You see, they like the people that's been destroying us. So they don't say anything. All right. So what we need to do is we need to get on this. If you have a YouTube channel, all right, if you have a YouTube channel, unions, we don't need to form a union. We need to form a PAC, a political action committee. I keep telling people this. And basically, anytime Google does anything to any one of us that's in that PAC, we write to Congress wanting oversight of Google. All right, because Google needs oversight. They're too big. All right, and they're trampling on the speech of everyone that whoever is watching your video, do not approve of, while allowing other people to do more egregious things. That means they're specifically hindering people based on race or political ideology. And keep this in mind, I still won't vote, but I'll write letters. There's more than one way to, as they say, skin an animal. All right. So thanks, Wade and King. Thanks for everybody for the thumbs up, because we need them. We're going to need them to keep pushing these videos up into the stratosphere, as they say. All right. So I'm going to deal with this guy real quick. All right. Y'all have my email. It's in the description box. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. All right. And then if you're interested in really taking some action, hit me up, and we're going to combine with some other people that's being disenfranchised by Google. It'd be one thing if they were fair across the board, but they're not. Like, if the same things they did to, like, if I can't have a bathing suit, picture of a woman in a bathing suit, then a woman should not be standing up where you can see through the top of her clothing, because she got on lingerie, acting like she's trying to model lingerie. You see what I'm saying? And so if we start to get together, and and this is the problem with unions, right? The union on that we started on Facebook, the YouTubers union, they're not going to address our issue. All right, they dealt mainly with the guns, and I supported that, right? But I am going to go to that union and see how many people would be interested in forming a PAC, so that we can stop Google from trampling. If Google is going to have a policy, then it needs to be fair across the board. They can't single out black people that they don't like, while leaving other ones to talk about all the garbage that's not true. All right. The best way for me to point out something is not true is to come on here, right, and present my argument. And that's it. Because if I come on here, I can show you, right? I can show you that, wait a minute, this isn't true, and this is why it's not true. Here's the evidence right here. All right. You're reading the news article. You're seeing what Obama said. You seeing what Michelle Obama said when she said, as a single mother. I pointed that out. You saw what Hillary said when she says we need to bring these children to heel, as if they were dogs. You also saw the comment that Hillary made, the quote, that where she said that Margaret Sanger is a role model for her. All right, so if Margaret Sanger is her role model, and Margaret Sanger was one of the big ones on the Democratic platform. All right, so this is something that we should be thinking about. But we got a lot of people that aren't here to think. They want to keep us lined up in the so-called matrix, but I call it the plantation. All right. And these people don't like when people like me have more knowledge than them, but it's the same knowledge they could have gotten. All right. The thing with me is I like knowing what I'm talking about. And so when I'm talking about it, I'm not just talking. Like on this, I think we've proven by the preponderance of evidence that this is the guy that RBR who went and had my channel flagged. We also pretty much know why he had it flagged. Period. All right. And we also understand that when I pointed out to Google, not only did I not violate anything, we didn't even say anything that came close to not being appropriate for the general audience. Oh, but it was political. I said we shouldn't even be voting for the Democrats if we're black people. And I didn't say that because they were Democrats, but I said that because of what they did to us over the years since their inception. Now, think about that. People talk about all this stuff. All right. People talk about all this stuff, why we are so down. We're down because of us. All right. So, y'all have my email. This is something that, if we want to do something about it, this is what we need to do. We need to form a pack, right? There's the YouTube Union on Facebook. So, I'm going to talk to some of those guys there. There's a lot of them. All right. And I'm going to make a video there for those that also make YouTube videos. And basically, we're weeding out the people that's going to try to destroy it from the inside. All right. Hurt people don't hurt people. Evil people hurt people. Think about it. And I'm glad you mentioned that. All right. A lot of people hurt me in my life, and it's the reason why I wouldn't do it to anybody else. What's up, man? Man, so let me fill you in. We had a dude named RBR Radio that came into our live feed yesterday, had it restricted because we were talking about, even though there's some issues going on with the Latina Afro thing because of culture, you still have a better shot at happiness if you can find one to settle down with, right? He didn't like that because he's one of them people that believe rain or high water, no matter how many times the black woman put you in jail, that the Afro man can only be with the black woman, while the black woman can be with any man she wants. See how that go, right? So, as you would guess, kind of against that. And then he tried to bring up Obama, right? Who's done nothing for the Afro community. So that got shut down. All right. So he got mad and went to Google and had my chat had that video flagged and had it youth restricted, age restricted. Now, an age restricted video will never see the light of day because you have to be logged on to see it. It's the most restrictive thing they could put on the video. And there was nothing age restrictive about the video. There was no nudity, none of the stuff. And we showed on this video here how Google acknowledged that there was nothing, absolutely nothing in that video that was worthy of the age restriction, but they said we're going to age restrict it anyway. This tells me that Google don't give a F about their policies. And understand this. So, for example, we use Brianna Martinez, her video where she curses. She opens up by cursing at you, right? She opens up by cursing at you. After she gets done that, then she goes into the racial thing. Now, I don't have no problem with it because she has a right to speak. All right? And so, what's up, DJ G? DJ D, right? And so, basically, what's going on is this. I am proposing that for all the brothers that lean for the truth, I mean, because the conservatives don't have all the truth either. The Democrats have none of it. They've been snowballing us from the get-go because we were too dumb to look into what they were doing to us. Right? All right. So basically, for those of us that seek out the truth and post it, these Democrats are coming after us and trying to shut us down. Period. And basically, what the Democrats are saying, if anybody that is Afro, does not toe the Democratic line, that they will attack us and try to destroy our ability to have a conversation about anything. All right. And so that's basically where we are. All right. And so I'm proposing that we don't deal with them. Voting don't help. Right? Our vote is split anyway. Right? That isn't what help. That we form a political action committee with the purpose of having Google, with the purpose of the Senate having oversight over Google, because they're too big. You're too big when you determine that even though somebody don't violate the policy, you're going to silence them while allowing other people who violate the policy violate it. Because you don't like what the guy's saying. Not that he's saying anything wrong. You agreed that he's telling the truth. He's just not allowed to tell it. All right. And so if you're claiming this is an open platform, but you're not treating it openly, then you need to be under federal supervision. And this is why. Google owns, well, Google. You Google it. It's a dangerous precedent when somebody that's in charge of you finding information is telling you that you're not allowed to seek particular information that they don't want you to have. Oh, no, that's why you... Okay, Mr. Pirate Reigns, let me say this. Hopefully you're listening. This is why you form a PAC. The reason why you go for the letters to the Republicans, because the people that are doing us bad are the Democrats. So why send them a letter? One, they will do Okay, I got you, right? But listen to this. They will do for us what needs to be done, and that's righteous, to make the Democrats look bad, especially in election year. You don't play the governmental game thinking you're going to get something done by voting for the same people that's been trying to have you destroyed the whole time. You don't get it that way by voting for the Republicans the whole time. You figure out who's the likely candidate that's going to listen to you, and then you get them to work on your behalf. All right. Now, when I was in the military, and I still have this pull, because I still have the disabled veteran status, retired military Army sergeant. Okay, which means no hill of beans to Google and y'all right here. But when I put that in a letter to a Republican senator, think about this. Who's the Republicans for? Well, the Army. Who they say they're about? Well, the disabled military people. You see, you got it. So you target who you think will get the deed done for you. That's a righteous deed. That is a righteous deed. Understand this. The key is the righteous deed. All right. All right. So now, the reason why you don't vote and form a political action committee, because a PAC as a group stands for a particular thing. All right. So if you make YouTube videos, we want a PAC that wants oversight of Google so that they can stop hiding the channels of Afro men or conservative men. Because I don't care. I don't agree with a lot of things that the conservative Caucasians think either, but I want to hear them. Because they've been right about a lot of stuff. It's just that because of their, history, we weren't paying attention. All right. But they've been right about a lot of stuff. All right. And if we could get past that, even that Tommy Lauren, she's wrong about so much. But there are some things that she hits the nail on. But if she's hitting the nail on, then there are other guys that have been following things and stuff like that. Remember when I was reporting on WikiLeaks? I had a lot of videos. No, it's just PAC, Political Action Committee. So when we want senators to look into Google because they are too big and they are hiding the channels of Afro men, right? Unless and we're talking about Afro men that are talking about things that concern Afro men. Now, you could be an Afro man and talk about a cell phone. They'll let that go. Talk about tennis shoes. They'll let that go. But community activism that is not for the Democrats, not for the Republicans either, but community activism, people trying to wake up for themselves. All right. And you're saying we need to be forced into a particular party or not? Oh, heel to the knob. All right. That should be against the law. All right. Google should not be able to silence my voice if I didn't break their policy. But if they don't like my speech, they say, well, we could do whatever they want. We want. That's what they're saying. If they don't like my speech because it's not liberal enough, that's a dangerous precedent. All right. And so, because my leanings are conservative in that their platform to me is more right than the Democratic one, but I ain't voting for them either. Because I believe my constitutional right for my spiritual beliefs, that they're neither one of them is my God, right? So, but this is in the Republican arena that they would do something about this. There it is, right there. That's the secret. We need to stop identifying for a particular party because none of them represent us. When we making them guess, think about it. Think about the party. Think about the power you have when they don't know what you're going to vote. Think about that. When they don't know who you're going to vote for, they tend to try to do things that's going to make you happy. You see what I'm saying? And now, and what a bunch of people need to, here's the thing, you want to shake something up, you want to get something done for us, right? Brothers need to either not vote or vote Republican just one time, just to send a message. All right, just to send a message that we ain't playing with them. And then take your identity politics away. Okay? Just take it away. You don't even need to know the name. All right? We need to stop looking for a name, the biggest name. What you should look for is who's going to do what. And some of the times, the best time to vote for somebody is after they've been in and done something. And then you see how many things they've done that lined up with what you needed done. If all their stuff was against Afro men, then no Afro men should vote for them the next time. And while they're crying about what they're going to do, you still don't vote for them. Then when the next person get in, they understand the message. Ooh, we don't have their support, so let me see what I could do for them while I'm in office. I'm not with that ADOS. We need to stop all these acronym stuff. We need to form a pack and be for us. Figure out what we need as a group of people that's going to benefit us, family. And once we form a pack and say that you're going to have to do some righteous stuff by us, right? Once we form that pack, they're going to understand that there's a problem on their hand. Period. That's how you do it. Think about it. You had somebody that was 3% of the population, rich Caucasian men, that got, and you heard the lady in the video, that got black women to co-sign with them, and they were able to take away the rights of many of the people and get special privilege on the backs of those that fought for the rights to be considered human, and we still don't have that as an Afro people. Our elders failed us because they chose to stay ignorant. Our mothers failed us because they chose to brainwash us. All right. And then we got many of the other dudes, they're failures because they seek to fight with us to hold up the flag of the people that's done us the most damage and won't stop. All right. So it's time for us just to act for ourselves. I mean, and for ourselves. We need to get with a bunch of people and form political action committees. Become a part of political action committees where we decide what we're for. Period. Exactly, Mechadon. That's a good one. Where's the beef? Hey, Frizzo, I got that charger for you. So what's going on, dude? Part of the thing is these dudes cannot stand up to scrutiny. All right. The reason why they try to shut you up and take your channel down because they know you're telling the truth and they can't stand up to scrutiny. And I know this dude is watching but so I know he's probably watching, but these guys cannot stand up to scrutiny. So what they try to do is shut down the people that spit knowledge. All right, that's presenting knowledge, right? And I think that's the biggest problems they have with my channel. Because when I say somebody in the community is doing something to us, all right, I'm proving it at the same time. Period. I'm just tired of these people that one, they don't want to study, but then they want to shut down the people that are studying. All right, and that's our biggest problem right now. They got yep. But here's the thing. So Ebony Brown, that is funny, and it's also true at the same time. But think about it. Even with knowing that, why is it that we can go to Brazil and pick up a beautiful woman quicker than we can find one all of our life in the United States that would cater to you? And we're talking about people that don't want to leave their country. All right, but want you to be there. All right, and I was talking to a brother, and we was talking about Mexico. Like, we don't know what Mexico is, but he do because he lived there. He didn't used to live there. He met a beautiful woman in Mexico, and she's been treating him well, and they've been hooking him up. He's a truck driver, and so we're going to hook up. And so some of the stuff that I'm doing in Brazil, I'm gonna start doing in Mexico. But think about it, right? So we're talking about Mexico. We're talking about a bunch of places we ain't been. So we heard the worst of it. But here's the thing. You got these prejudiced places everywhere. But then you got people everywhere that love brothers, right? Here is the thing. In the culture we have in the United States, all we got to look forward to is poison. Think about this. We have these kind of discussions in Brazil, me, Selmina, and stuff like that. And I stayed true and talk about the white Jesus in Brazil. And it's a discussion. It stays a discussion, right? Ain't nobody trying to shoot nobody. Ain't nobody trying to shut nobody down or anything like that. You only get that stuff here. All right. These people, like, you're not allowed to like Donald Trump, right? Think about that. All right. It's good to not like them because you don't like them, but not to like somebody because somebody told you you're not allowed. That's something else. You see what I mean? We're told that we're supposed to like Barack Obama, but he ain't never done nothing for us. So why? Oh, because we're told to. All right, who's telling us to? The people paying us? Oh no, they're not paying us. All right, so they're helping us. Oh no, as a matter of fact, not only are they not helping, but they threaten you to shut your stuff down. All right, so this is what we're dealing with. All right, in our thing, Bolsa in Brazil, they had an election, Bolsonaro and stuff like that. There was a debate, but nobody was really shutting nobody down. All right. I couldn't tell. I mean, I could tell there was a lot of people for Bolsonaro, right? But I couldn't tell that there was no animosity towards the people that voted for Bolsonaro because everybody understood that there was a particular problem and they wanted the problem dealt with. A lot of people thought that the more Bolsonaro, who was conservative, could deal with it better, and other people thought the other guy. All right, but at the end of the day, Bolsonaro won. All right, you don't got a lot of people running around Brazil upset that Bolsonaro won. You don't have that there. 2 years in, 3 years in, you still have people running around hurt because they're women who don't like you. And she said it, bring them to heel. She said it when she said she liked Margaret Sanger. You're mad she didn't win. All right. You don't have it like that in Brazil. They're like, all right, Bolsonaro win. Let's get on with it. And that's basically it. All right. I've never seen a bunch of weak, spineless dudes in my life that couldn't stand up to support. Well, there was no support to it, but you're going to go behind somebody's back. You're going to go behind somebody's back and try to shut them down. All right. And so for those of you that are new, then you're going to be a dude that go and say, you don't like these brown women. That people that like the Latina women, no matter how brown they are, here he says this, the RBR network in my video, beef over the thing. And this is the beef I'm talking about. Here go these 80 hashtag ADOS. I don't even know what that is. Want to be slave again, running from their own women. Wait a minute. Nobody owns the black woman but white men. Wanting a fake white girl dipped in chocolate. That's his comment. That's what he calls Latinas. I don't know about y'all, but I have a problem with that. This dude is running around thinking that The Caucasian man can talk to whoever he wants. But if the woman don't look like this, we don't have his approval. Okay, that would be okay if he's the one finding the woman for me. Oh, and paying me. Oh, but he doesn't pay none. He don't pay me. He ain't hiring nobody. He ain't doing crap for the community. He's probably never done anything for the community. He's never helped me do what I do for the community. All right. So if something roll up like this, want to holler at me, and she's nice and smiling at me, I'm going for it. Why? Because I like nice people. You ain't going to catch me fighting, being with somebody I have to fight all day. Nope, I ain't going for it. And the issue is a lot of brothers ain't going for it. You know, Kobe Bryant. And remember, he had a daddy. So he understood from a man's point of view the nature of women. All right. So the dude went on my channel saying all this stuff and then went to Google and had the video restricted. All right. So this is what I'm saying. This is the weakness of these dudes. These dudes like this. They just weak. No strength in them at all. Right? Wanting us to follow them as they follow some other dude who don't study, do any kind of research or anything like this. Y'all understand, I know y'all understand that this is a research laden channel. All right, and a lot of these dudes can't get with that. Because this channel have people. We got Mecca Dawn up in here. We get Bertha Huff up in here. All right. And these are women. You mean to tell me that the women are thinking harder than you? Whew. We got a woman with a whole husband, some children, has a mission with some children who haven't. All right. So we have this. And we have these weak-minded dudes because they can't win an argument against somebody that presents facts. So you resort to erroneously having their channel taken down. All right. So for the new brothers, how we deal with them, I'm gonna deal with him through Google. But how we deal with Google, because Google, hold on, just in case you missed it. Let me post it back up here. Google said, "Dear Reluctant Nabi Neo, thank you for submitting your video for appeal to YouTube. All right. After further review, we've determined that while your video does not violate our community guidelines, it may not be appropriate for general audience." And many of the people in here will tell you we talked about politics. We didn't talk about anything. We talked about relationships. And they say talking about relationships is not appropriate for general audience. As y'all know, I don't curse. But the woman, Ms. Brianna Martinez, she gets to curse and say, "What's up, mofo?" She says the whole word. And they put a commercial on her channel. They said, and then they age restricted the video. That's why I took it down. Period. And this is the hypocrisy of those at Google who's reviewing the videos. They want to get upset when the Afro man makes a choice in a woman because they say, so what? The black woman didn't choose you. You're supposed to die alone. And the Afro man said, F that and bye. Right? I'm going to take my money, all my finances, and I'm going to go elsewhere. It's getting to the point where you can't really help anybody anymore. I'm starting to think, why bother to try to help? Period. And that's my thing. I'm like, why do I bother to try to help people in the US who don't appreciate anything, who thinks you're suspect? All right, like I'm done. Period. So this is where we're at. So again, all right, um let me just roll out with this, right? A lot of people look at these women and rate them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, right? And I say we need to stop doing this as men. Rate the women by, do you like them or not? Are they beautiful to you or not? If they're beautiful to you, then she's a 10. If she causing you all kind of problems, then she's less than a 10. All right. Me, I keep telling people I'm not pretty much, I'm a shape person. I'm not a size person. You understand? I'm more like a shape person. And that shape could be on a person of any size. Is so long as they're nice. I'm a face person. I'll see your face. I'll be like, oh, she's beautiful. All right, but then I want to see how you act, right? If I don't want to deal with people that quote unquote act like these women that I'm accustomed to. I really don't. Period. I don't want to deal with them, so I won't. Period. All right. So basically, brothers, bottom line, if you make YouTube videos, we need to get together, form a political action committee. I'm gonna talk to the guys that's in the union, and the union is on Facebook, right? I'm gonna talk to some of the guys and see how they want to go about doing it. I think that Google should have oversight from Congress because they're everywhere, and now they're determining which speech gets stifled and which does not. If you don't follow their political ideology, they rob you of your ability to speak, or at least your channel to make the same money that they give somebody that's cursing and talking about how if what was the phrase? She said in the actual video that they monetized, loud as day, that in their custom, if in Mexico, if or I don't know if it's in Mexico, it might just be here in the United States. If a Latina, understand, is with as she says, black men, she's with them because they just like big. And I downloaded the whole video. She uses the whole D word. The entire D word. They just like big, you know, and she says it. And Google has no problem with that video. All right, so I'm out, y'all. Peace, love, and soul. I might be back with another one tomorrow. All right, I'm gonna see how this go because I got more to talk about. And I want Oshay Duke Jackson to answer to this because this is one of his guys. This is these, there are some people that give praises to Oshay Duke Jackson, right? And so this is one of his guys. I want his answer to this because that. Remember the last time somebody shut down my channel or helped people shut it down, and I kept the emails. See, I know Oshay Duke Jackson probably think that those emails got deleted a long time ago. Oh no. Oh, but no. I keep all those emails. All right, I keep all those emails. All the way back to that day he told me that I need to stop talking about the black women as they were going through shutting down men's channel. Why would I stop talking about somebody that's going around destroying dudes' ability to earn a living because they don't like what they say? Okay? So basically, yeah, I kept all that. That's why I showed you the emails. I kept all that. I don't like agents. Period. All right. So my email is in the description box. If you would like to donate to my channel for what we do in the community, my PayPal me link is in the description box. Okay. Remember, you take care of your family and yourself first. Why? Because no matter what I'm doing for the children, if you broke and need the money, it don't make sense. All right. So take care of the family, take care of your family, take care of yourself. Make sure your stuff is in order. If you have abundance, yeah, shoot some this way. Because here's the bottom line is I haven't received donations in a minute, right? Has it stopped me? No, y'all see me making video. Has it stopped me from buying tennis shoes to take down to Brazil? Nope. You see what I'm saying? No, I take down what I could take down. Why? Because I even watch my finances. So I ain't trying to how they say, shoes everybody in Brazil. But I'm only dealing with the people I can deal with. I deal with the people closest to me first, and then the ones after that. I deal with nobody that I don't deal with anybody that's not close to me until I get done dealing with the people that are close to me. Then I deal with the people outside of that that's in the most need. All right. So basically, all the tennis shoes you saw in the video yesterday, you can't see them now. I'll show you what I'm doing because I'm gonna do some more Sunday, right? But anyway, so I'm about to shut it down. I'll holler at y'all later. Thanks for stopping by. I know I keep saying that. All right, political action committees, and those of you that have YouTube videos, contact me in my email or on Facebook. My email is in the description box, right? And we're going to write letters to Congress and primarily Republican senators. All right, so we want to give them the chance to do something. We're going to reach out, write letters to them, and basically Google needs oversight. All right, is because they're discriminating against Afro people and our right to speak and earn the same living that other people are earning. Period. Now, I'm saying this even though I'm going to shut down the monetization on my video, but I needed to see what was going to happen when I turned it on. Because y'all know I'm not trying to earn everything on Google, but just a little bit to help with some things. All right. It's going to help with the balls and stuff like that, because I know things are tight for people, right? So that's why I turn the monetization on to, get that little extra push, because I know things are tight for people. All right. But in saying that, I could turn it off. It's not going to hurt me too much. But I know a lot of people that this platform has hurt by allowing people to sabotage um their content. One, they allowed people to sabotage it to get rid of competition, and two, to bar people from having political thought or speech, or just thought or speech, period. All right. So, with that said, I'm out. Peace, love, and soul. Now you know I'm out for real because I did the soul. I'll holler at y'all later.